What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fantasy Addiction Network. In this video, we are taking a look at Travis Kelce, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, giving you guys an updated outlook at what we expect from him in 2020. And if you guys are looking for more videos like this, hit that like and subscribe button. Also, check us out on fantasyaddictionnetwork.com for full list of rankings and projections updated all the way until the season starts. And without further ado, let's look at Travis Kelce's season last year. 97 receptions, 1,229 receiving yards, and only 6 touchdowns. So considering the amount of targets he received this year, it was a little bit disappointing to not see him come closer to that 10 touchdown mark. That was the only thing that you could really be disappointed if you had Travis Kelce last year, but finishing as the tight end one again, multiple seasons doing that now, and really filled that void for the games that Tyreek Hill missed. Travis Kelce definitely stepped up. We saw Sammy Watkins only had one really good game. Demarcus Robinson only had one really good game. Travis Kelce really was the steady hand throughout the entire season, and it definitely came through in terms of fantasy production. The exception of that last week against the Chargers, never finished a week outside of the top 12 at the tight end position. Had 4 weeks finishing as a top 3 guy, another 4 weeks finishing in the top 6, and then the rest of the weeks never had a game until week 17, which most people didn't play fantasy football in week 17 anyway. Didn't have a week below 10 outside of week 6 where he had 9.8, so close enough. You can't really ask for more from a guy at the tight end position, and it makes sense why he's being drafted where he is. I do think there would be a little bit of regression considering we expect Tyreek Hill to be back. Mecole Hardman might take a little bit of a step forward, and obviously Clyde Edwards-Helaire will probably demand some more work in the passing game. But overall, as it stands right now, it's pretty easy to imagine a way for Travis Kelce to make the number one tight end spot his again in 2020. Last year, Travis Kelce had 136 targets, number one overall at the tight end position, had 14 deep targets, that was second most, and had 24.4% target share for the Chiefs. That was second most amongst tight ends. Red zone target share, 30.2%. That's number one by a good margin, but only 7 red zone receptions. So you would expect with a red zone target share like that, with a team like the Chiefs, that there would be a good bit more touchdowns. And obviously we saw that in the playoffs, Travis Kelce going absolutely nuts against Houston, and really just never came through in the touchdown department in the season. But we're expecting that regression to actually head in the positive direction for him. And touchdowns can be very hard to predict year over year, but with a guy like Travis Kelce as heavily involved as he is, it's pretty healthy to expect him to outproduce 6 touchdowns heading into 2020. Finishes the year with the 6th most yards per reception at 12.7 and 9 yards per target, number 5 at the position. Could see that go back up again. That was a little bit of a drop from the year before. So where we have him projected right now, again, slightly lower in terms of the overall targets, because we are projecting Tyreek Hill to take back the majority of the target load there, playing 16 games. Receptions, that would put him at 89 and 1,083 receiving yards. We still have him at 7 touchdowns, although again his upside is 10 plus, and obviously his upside is the receptions would be closer to 100. So he still gives you tremendous upside at a guy that we're projecting to be the number one overall at the position, and should reasonably do it unless George Kittle takes another big step forward. You can't really have much more upside than being the number one overall at the position. The only thing that sucks right now for Travis Kelce is you're having to take him incredibly early in drafts. He's going typically around the beginning of the second round, which is about a whole round earlier than George Kittle. And I feel like George Kittle gives you the same amount of upside. So as it stands right now, I prefer George Kittle at his price, but if you're drafting in a typical snake draft, it's not like you're going to have a chance to get Kelce or Kittle if you're drafting near the end of the first round. I really like Kelce this year, but probably not going to end up paying the price if it's going to mean having to miss out on a guy like Miles Sanders or Tyreek Hill in that second round. I understand why people do it, and I've had success with drafting tight ends early. We'll do some strategy videos on what it means to draft a tight end early and how to maneuver around it for the remainder of the draft. But I found the most success is to take tight ends later and try to find the Mark Andrews every year, and then you can always try to trade for guys later. If the guy that drafts Travis Kelce has a bad draft, you can always try to find a way to maneuver him in a trade later on. So you're really banking on hitting on the rest of your early round picks when you take a tight end early, which can work to your benefit if you do hit on them. But when you miss, basically this becomes an asset that you have to consider moving if you want to have a chance. So don't want to get too much into that now. We're just looking at the fantasy outlook for Travis Kelce, which we've already gone over. So we'll get into more strategy later. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more videos like this, going through all 32 NFL teams right now. So appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you in the next video.